Well, hey, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Tuesday Night Festivities After Party. Karyn Bryant with you. KB, Renato should be here directly. Okay. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully, some of you were over with us over on my Instagram where we had Danny Roberts joining us for Tuesday Night Festivities. He was a great guest. Oh my God. Talked all about his upcoming fight with Francisco Trinaldo. He's fighting this Saturday at UFC 274. He talked about his training over in England, the time that he had spent training with some other, famous English people that we know, Molly and Patty and those guys. So talked about that, talked about actually some really tough things about his upbringing in England, going through some abusive situations and just some actually really uh, heartfelt stuff that not easy, but it speaks to his motivation as a fighter. It speaks to his resolve as a fighter, and was really just a great conversation with him. So I will have this on my YouTube channel here tomorrow. I will have it up. Usually I have it up kind of midday-ish or so. But for now, I will also be sharing it over on my Instagram. So after the show is done, I'm going to post it. Last week I tried to do everything in a hurry, and I suffered for it because I screwed myself and messed up the thumbnail and all that kind of stuff. So, at this time I was like, I'm just going to leave it and I'm just going to do it later. And that way I probably won't mess it up. So anyway, let's see what we hear here. Oh, hey, listen. You know what? Wait, what did I just see? Boxing MMA 365 saying that interview with Danny was good. Thank you. I agree. I thought it was really good. Wasn't he cool? He's such a cool guy. And he really just, like, I thought was very honest and candid and whatever. Now, speaking of honest and candid, will Renato Laranja be honest and candid tonight on the program? Hi, how are
I
you?
what, honest and candid. You would
I
love to
was
see
just,
me. You'd
I
love
was,
to see me candid.
excuse me for coughing. I'm so sorry. No,
Excuse you, Karyn.
I'm saying excuse me. I'm just saying that look at my little. I had some pretty flowers. Well, these are, I look at my pretty flowers. I just bought
Oh
those
yeah,
today. I just bought those today.
you bought them for yourself, Karyn.
I do. I don't have anybody else buy me flowers. I'm gonna buy them for myself.
Not a bad
But
idea.
yes,
Should I buy myself flowers?
you should buy yourself flowers. Treat yourself. You should know to treat yourself well, Hanato. I feel like you do treat yourself pretty well, though,
I do sometime. I know how to treat myself.
because I don't actually. That's the thing I need to be better at. I do it in sort of fits and starts. Like recently, I have gone shopping. I've bought myself some nice new clothes, but in general, over the last several years, like I haven't. I need to just reward myself or treat myself better than I do.
Well, you also need to reward myself and treat myself better.
Do I?
Yeah,
Rewarding you for what exactly?
for my efforts, my hard work, my openness, my honesty, my heart. I give my heart and soul to this.
Do you?
Can't wait.
You
Dream
could
hot
you could
chocolate.
give yourself a little more light, to be honest, a little more uplight. You're a little dark on your left side.
I
Your
have
left.
there's a darkness to me sometimes.
I guess so. Or here, maybe I could lower mine, and then that way we will be a little more.
I
Uh,
mean, if you want me to, no, caralho.
oh, sorry. I always do that, and I don't mean to.
I bet you don't mean to.
Hey, but listen, CJ saying Team
Whoa,
Hot
hold on.
Chocolate. How fun was that interview? How cool is he? That's good, Hanato. No, no, no. Back it up. What you just had before.
Oh, hold on.
No, that's
Oh,
too dark.
hold
That's
on.
no, no, yes, no.
Eh, it looked blue or something.
It was blue. You had a nicer filter on a moment ago. Look at those cheekbones. Yeah.
If you don't say so yourself, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I like my cheekbones. Aren't we allowed to take? We were just saying we need to treat ourselves better. Aren't I allowed to take
I say
pride?
you needed to treat me better, not
I
yourself.
like my cheekbones. Although you know what? Somebody once insulted me, and you know what they said?
Why?
They said I had a. They said I had a face. They said I had a jawline a skeleton would admire. I
Hey,
cracked up. I was
listen.
like, touche. That's actually really
You
funny.
know what? You know
And
what?
it was funny. I'm not. He was not wrong.
You know what you gotta remember
It
that
was
I
funny.
that I think, yeah, it may, I mean, it's funny because it made us laugh, but you gotta, I always try to remember this: we don't attack people we pity, or we, you know what I mean,
Right.
we only attack or talk shit about the people we think need to be taken down a
Right.
peg or
Because they're
whatever.
already killing it.
Yeah, if you found like a heel ugly woman, the last thing you're gonna do is go, "Oh, look at how ugly." It's more the people you feel like they have something you can't get, or that they,
Right.
that's usually what it's about, you
So
know.
you want to
So
cut them down a little.
I try to always remember when haters go after me that it's like, eh, Healy, whatever.
You're
Yeah,
jealous.
yeah. I mean,
Well, I do
you
know
see your
people
Uncle
are
Hanach.
very envious of my job with the UFC. A lot of people are envious of it. Saludos,
Uncle Han.
Jesus. Saludos.
Oh,
Hey, and
saludos to you
speaking of
too.
saludos, I realized, Renato, earlier, I realized it is almost Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
Um,
oh
uh,
yeah.
and people should know that we had Kelvin Gastelum as a guest on our
Gastelum.
show. Gastelum. But Kelvin has been a guest on our show. We've had Cubby Swanch,
We
who
have a
is
copy
part
swans. Yeah.
Mexican, also on the show. Um, who else has been on that is Latinx? I know Tracy
I don't
Cortez
know.
last
You know
week.
what? I don't think any of those fucking people that you just mentioned called themselves a Latin export.
Tracy Cortez last week, and also with a bonus guest, Brian T. City Ortega. Who else? I know we've had a couple of others. At any rate, people could check out some of our past episodes when they are celebrating with a
When they
cerveza.
celebrating,
Con
when they
una
doing
cerveza. With a
drinkos
cerveza.
de mayo.
No. So today's what? Lunes, martes, what? So it's so jueves. It's 2 days from now, right? Today's the third. So jueves is el Cinco
Today's
de
the
Mayo.
third.
Yeah, so jueves is Cinco de Mayo. Lunes, martes,
Martes,
miércoles, jueves,
miércoles.
viernes. Yeah, jueves. Yeah, look at me.
Wait, wait.
I know stuff.
You don't know nothing.
I know stuff.
Um,
Um, and yeah, okay. So listen, yeah, of course, Dean D. When haters come after you, they're jelly. Agreed.
I mean, usually, caralho.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
It's when they try to go, oh no, you look pretty, you okay, or whatever. That's when you gotta worry.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? When when people try to patronize you or whatever, that because that's what you do to, if somebody's look fat, you go, oh, look how pretty. Like women
Yeah,
only
right,
women
right.
like to give compliments to chicks that ain't don't look good. You can always tell if your girlfriend or a girl you're dating may talk shit about a girl's looks. You can always tell like that chick is fine.
I mean, chick is fine.
Yeah.
Exactly,
And then
exactly.
when she tried to say like she is beautiful or whatever, that's when that chick is ugly,
That mean
cara.
that girl is not
Yeah.
that great. Hey, speaking of fine, Dean D is saying if they are late to the show, which we were a little bit, means we were having a great time on Instagram because last week's festivities with T City and Tracy was dope. And it
It
really,
was.
really was. I really want people to check that one out. And Tracy is going to be fighting here. Hold on. Hold that thought.
She's fighting for my affection.
Hold that
She's
thought,
fighting
hold
on
that
the
thought,
same
hold that thought,
card
hold that thought, hold
as
that
hot
thought, hold that
chocolate.
thought, hold that thought, hold that thought.
I'm holding it, cara. How much longer are you gonna hold that?
Tracy, our beautiful friend, is going to
Oh,
be fighting
cara.
on Saturday
Oh,
at
look at that
UFC
one.
274, and she was our guest last week. And what a cool girl. I'm excited for her. It's been like over a year since she last fought, and I know she's fired up. She said she's so excited to fight. It's a home game for her. She's from Phoenix.
Yeah. And she's You know. Well, yeah. Look at that one.
Look at this takedown.
Look
Go,
at the
girl.
lower. Look
Go,
at
girl.
the lower body
She
strength
got
on there.
that booty.
Oh God, I love the technique.
The tech cheek.
Yeah, the techniques. The unique. Those cheeks is unique. Yeah. The technique.
You love the tech cheek, yeah. Oh, look at her, but she's a scrapper. Like she's down. Like
Yeah.
she's ready to scrap.
She is. That's why she's exciting because she's cute and stuff and all that good stuff. But she, it don't mean shit if you can't bang in there.
Right, right, right. Because exactly, cute only gets you so far, and that's what I like about her is that
Yeah.
she's just ready to really actually get in there and go to war.
Like me, I could get by on my cuteness. But in reality, is all the other stuff that really make the women to his sponsor the one.
Mm, 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 Well, this person, he was saying when T City was saying you're my uncle last week.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, spiritually, I'm his uncle, his mentor, his idol. God argue.
Yeah, yeah,
How you
yeah,
think he was able to get somebody like he Tracy Cortez? Because I was taught that one. I taught him to
yeah,
do that way, and
yeah,
he was
yeah. Oh,
manifest. Yeah. Go ahead.
yes. Okay, okay. So I have a question for you.
What question?
What are your thoughts on? Okay, here we go. Hold on.
What are my thoughts on what, Paul?
This was quite the fight between Rob Font and Chito
Oh,
on
that was
Saturday. Rob
hard.
Font, a
That was
former guest of ours who we love. What a fight this was.
Yeah. This was fuck. I mean, look, no disrespect to Vera because he's a great fighter. Okay, I just don't know the guy personally. I don't. We never talk. We don't follow each other. So it's like, I of course I'm going for Hab Funch. Because we have a rapport. So it was nothing against him as a person or as a fighter, but I was not hooting for him. But kudos to that guy, man. He showed as always a lot of heart, but then also just fucking great technique. And one stuff that I like about his technique is that he fight with with a classical style, but then he throw in traditional martial art moves like a front kick and a side kick when you don't expect that ones. Like you expect those stuffs from Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
You expect those stuffs from Machida, from MVP. All that you don't really from the way he stand and the way he throw most of his shit. You don't think of that stuff's coming
Hmm.
because he don't get trigger happy with that goofy shit all the time.
Hmm.
So when he throw out that fucking side kick or that front kick, it feel like it's coming out of nowhere and it's very effective. And I love that. I just didn't love who he was putting it on.
Well, it was hard to watch. I'm sorry.
Oh, the
Here's the
COVID
thing.
got your throat?
Obviously, obviously, yeah, I was so excited to watch Rob, you know,
Of course.
like,
Hey, have punch.
so was really pulling for him. But at the same time, I work with Cheeto. So I see him all the time. I hang out with him at work. I hung out with him,
So that's
when
different. That's different dynamics for you.
exactly. So like when we all used to be on lockdown in our our hotel rooms more, sometimes we would hang out. Like me and Cheeto and Rashad or something, or me and Cheeto, Rashad and like we'd hang out. So I really
Is
like
he
this
funny?
kid.
Is he a funny guy? Is he funny? Like he have
Yes,
a good
man,
sense
he's
of humor?
funny. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of character. He's got a lot of swagger. He's a very, very likable guy.
Okay.
So my heart was torn.
I
So
can
for
imagine.
me,
I
it was
hate when
literally
friends fight.
may the
I
best
hate when that
man win
happens.
because
Yeah.
I couldn't, it hurt me to see either of them lose. My heart was just torn.
Yeah. I understand. That's why like stuff like this. Like they just announced Darren Chill versus Joker.
Yeah,
and
F
and I-
that
and
fight.
I
Like
I
that
love
sucks.
both of those guys. I know them,
100%.
and I'm like, fuck. I mean, I know it
Yep.
have to happen, but I'm like, well, now I can't enjoy it. But it
Oh,
is
that
what it
fight's
is.
gonna suck. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, it
It's going to
fucking
be
sucks.
great and it's going to suck at the same time.
Yeah, I can't, I can't talk shit about nobody. I can't. Yeah, it says a lose lose. So yeah, so it's fucked up. But anyway, it's like that. The more you in this business, the more you that's gonna happen.
Yep. Yep. Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
here, let's take a side note here from Renaissance Man saying, Uncle Hanach, why did you let Nate Diaz treat you like he'd a redheaded stepchild? What happened between you and Nate? I thought you guys were cool.
We are cool. That was something that I don't want to really go into this, but it was something that happened a long time. I don't know. That's probably been like 7 fucking years, something like that.
Okay.
Um, and I was taking liberties with the guy. We was working at a thing together, like a booth, like signing
Uh-huh.
autograph type of stuff. And they didn't introduce us. We didn't know each other, and I was giving him a hard time. And then a
Okay.
lot of people was, upset with him because the stuff. It was my fault. It was
Okay.
it was all my fault. I take responsibility for that one. I
Okay.
took a lot of liberty and said a lot of bad stuff, and so
Okay.
he was upset about that one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the story of that.
Okay. Tim Klingbeil with a donation saying Rob should have nicked it Helvetica, meaning what? That's a font. Get it?
Yo, who are you? That sounds like something Karyn Bryant should have made up.
It actually does sound like something I would say. That does sound like something I would say. Okay. So also I'm trying to see if there was any other fights from this past Saturday that were interesting to you. Like there was the Arlovsky fight, there was Andre Feely. He
I
got in the
missed I missed a bunch of that shit.
the Gordon Dawson fight, Darren Elkins.
I missed all that shit. I missed all
You
that
did?
shit. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
only
look at
saw I saw a hot flash.
here's Darren Elkins. This dude's
I
always
have I have it he carded all that shit he carded, but I didn't watch it yet. I
he's
forgot to
always
watch. Yeah, he's always crazy. But I didn't
yeah.
do this guy. Who is this guy now?
Tristan Connolly. Yeah, so
Where he came from?
I'm forgetting now. Sometimes some of this stuff gets locked in my short-term memory. I forget which camp he's out of. But I knew he came, excuse me.
Oh,
He was just coming off of neck surgery.
oh,
And
God.
so yeah, which is
Well, he
pretty
looked like he
scary.
gave Elkin even. I mean, he looked like he gave him a hunt for his money, even though he
It
lost.
was. It was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I mean, Elkin is always in a fucking tough, crazy fight.
Yep. Yep.
You know.
Yep. Okay, well, so here then, let me do this then. Let me look ahead. And since you are Brazilian, Renato, we will start with O Campeão, Charles Oliveira. I am a huge Oliveira fan. What's your take on his thing on Saturday? He's defending against Justin Gaethje. I love Charles Oliveira.
Boy, oh, of course.
Always
I mean,
have.
me too. This is a case of, in this case, I don't know either of these guys personally, so I don't have that problem of like being a friend or whatever.
Mhm.
But I do have the stuff where I'm a fan of both of these guys.
Mhm.
So I'm just looking for basically just one of these fight of the century type fight. That's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I don't really care that much who's win that one. Like if either of them win, good for the guy.
Sure.
To bet on this one is I can't
Crazy.
imagine how you're
You
gonna
can't.
pick who the fuck is gonna win that one.
You can't.
I guess if you're gonna be, I guess if a gun to my head, I'm gonna bet on my countryman. Just because of the jiu-jitsu aspect. If I was to give any kind of edge, because they're both tough, they're both durable, they both can strike, they both can knock you out, they both can, they can hurt you on the feet, and they both can hassle. But I would imagine, that I'm gonna give the jiu-jitsu edge to the Brazilian.
See, I agree with a lot of what you just said there. So I have been an Oliveira fan longer than I've been a Gaethje fan, but I'm a fan of both of them, right?
Did you used to
It's
watch
hard
the
not.
PFL?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Because I mean, he was doing that stuff, that crazy shit, even back then.
right.
That's when I found that guy. You know.
Yeah, no, I had seen Gaethje before he had gotten to the UFC, but I had been a fan of Oliveira since early in the UFC. Even when people were kind of doubting him,
Yeah, when he had a couple of ups and downs.
right, I was
Yeah,
always a fan of his. And so watching him rise, to me, I'm just like, I'm here for it, you know. But
yeah,
Gaethje is all entertainment. So like, how are you not a Gaethje fan? And
yeah.
I've hung out with him like when we were in, where were we? I think we were in Washington, DC. Maybe we were hanging out with some other people and stuff like that. Like he's a good dude, you know what I mean? So yeah, may the best man win. But
Yeah, that's
I
how I look
have
at that
been
one.
an Oliveira fan longer than I've been a Gaethje fan. But here, let me put up some Gaethje footage because he is, you know, yeah, the human highlight reel. Like he, you know, like the dude
Yeah,
is unbelievable. He's nothing but pure entertainment.
yeah. I mean, if you like fights, that's.
Then
I
you like
mean,
Gaethje.
yeah. That's it. I mean, unless
Um,
he's fighting against your favorite fighter or something, I don't see how you go against. How you don't like this guy.
they're saying Gaethje by finish is plus 185 or so. But here, let's look at the fight here. It's him against Michael Chandler, who's also on the card. He's fighting Tony Ferguson.
I just figure like one.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean that.
Habib.
Yeah,
There's Tony,
oh God, are you?
who's fighting Chandler. Oh, look at Justin.
That was hard to
He's
watch.
so unafraid to just stand in the pocket and just go to war to give you. He'll take two to give you one. He'll
Yeah, a
take three.
true
Look at him
fighter.
with Cowboy, just ink.
Yeah,
Cowboy's fighting Lozon.
yeah.
But
He's
yeah,
like that.
Justin,
He's like that Arturo Gatti type. That Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward type of guy, but in MMA.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Where it's like every time he fight, it's the fight of the year. You know what I mean? I mean,
Right. And with him, I feel like you need to. This scares me when he jumps off and does the flip. That actually
but
really frightens
although
me.
he's been doing it for fucking ever, I mean.
I know, but it frightens me because I'm so afraid
I
he's going to
get it.
miss and
I
break
get
his
it. I
ankle or
mean,
something. It
yeah,
scares. It actually
and it
scares
could
the hell
happen.
out of me.
But that's what's so exciting. That mimic his style. It's
Right.
almost like a metaphor for his style. It's like he's fighting. You go, if you're a fan of his, you go, he's about to get knocked out, and then boom, and he's on the edge. It's dangerous. It's unpredictable. It's what's
It's
gonna
very
fucking
true.
happen, and that's he's willing to get hurt
Right. Well,
to
that's the
do what
thing.
he want to do.
That's the thing. I do feel like we need to watch every Justin Gaethje fight because he's giving all of himself every time. We don't. It's a very limited number. Like the power bar is going down. You know what I mean? We're not. You can't fight like that
Yeah.
forever. So
Although he haven't shown the signs yet.
not yet.
Yeah. If I'm a family member of his though, I don't love it. But if I'm a fan of fighting, which we all are, and it's
Which
not
we
our
all
job, you
are.
know what I'm saying? It's not our job to if this guy wanna do that and fight that way for the rest of his life, that's his fucking choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch that one.
Well, here we go. So Tim Klingbeil is saying Tony Ferguson is going to win this fight in dominant fashion because he's returned to us from the future. Champ S only, CSO.
Listen,
Let's take a look at some T Ferg. I am also a massive Tony Ferguson fan. I
yeah,
love watching this guy fight.
this is one of those stuffs where I've trained with Ferguson,
Right? Down to 10th planet, yeah?
yeah, and he's a good guy, and we've hung out with his
Love him.
kids and his wifey and everything. So he's a friend.
Yep.
Now I've
Upstairs.
hung out with Chandler at an event, and he was, he was, he was cool. He was a lot. He was a lot cooler than I would even imagine. So I got along with the guy, but in terms of like knowing people, I know Ferguson a lot better. Um, Now, there was a time when I would bet money on Ferguson against anybody.
Yep.
Now he have had some skids, and he have some kind of not look himself in some of the past fight. So for me, first of all, there's no way this is not going to be an exciting fight. This is
Right.
true crazy fucking animal junkyard dog. Like it's gonna be crazy no matter what. But in
Yep.
terms of the outcome, I think it's all up to Ferguson. I don't know which version gonna came. And if the Ferguson that I know show up, I think he can beat anybody in the fucking in the division. But we shall see. We shall see.
Agreed. So I am, like I said, a massive Tony Ferguson fan. The thing that concerns me a little bit is sometimes, when you have a guy who has a camp that's just full of people that are like nobody knows. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's not to say you need to be part of a super camp or a super team or anything like that. But I want to see some recognizable faces or some trusted.
I understand that. I understand that. However, he was having at a certain point a lot of success with the way he do stuff.
Yeah.
You understand? And I don't think in his case, I don't think it was when he kind of fell off for a bit there. I don't think it was about the partners as much as it's about him and where his head is
Mental
at.
health wise.
I don't I'm not gonna go so far as to call it mental health. I'm saying his frame of mind. You
Okay.
understand?
Mindset.
I think he's and what's going on in his life, where his head is at.
Right.
So
Distractions, that kind of thing.
I feel that it's about him more than anything, and less about what he's doing not working. And I know a lot of coaches have said, that's what happened when you train by yourself and other kind of stuff. Knowing the guy, I think at his best, he is just one of the most dangerous fighter I ever seen. You know,
Hmm.
and I don't feel that the last couple of times we saw the heel Tony Ferguson, and I don't know if that guy is gone or not. I hope that he's still there. I'm
I hope
not
he's still
sure,
there too.
but I know that him at his best, whether he's training with Joe Blow or whoever,
Yeah.
can beat anybody.
I hope he's best too. Unfortunately, I don't have B-roll for this fight, but Palooza, thank you for the donation. And the question is, thank you both for your time. Cowboys a minus 170 favorite, while Joe Lozon is a plus 140. Thoughts on this fight, please? I
What
mean, yeah, it is
he?
a veterans matchup. It's an OG versus OG.
Yeah, this is like a vintage. This is for the true heel fans. This is throwing a bones to the old, to us old China
And they
fan.
never fought before. Is it a rematch? I don't think
I
it
don't
is.
think it's a he match, but let
Yeah.
me try ask you this. I can't remember what happened. What was the outcome of who did Joe Lozan fight last, and what was the outcome? I can't remember.
I'll have to look it
I
up. I
want to
know
say something bad happened.
Cowboys on a bit of a skid, and I think Joe. I
That I
forget.
know. That I know. But I
Here's
can't remember. I feel like Lausanne had a resurgence for a second and then maybe had a stumble. I can't. Do
here. Let me
anybody
look.
remember?
Here, let me look. I don't. Here it is right here. Hold on. So hold on. I love saying that. Hold on.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Hold on. So hold on. He lost to uh Pierce. Um, but he
All right,
hasn't fought since
refresh
October.
my memory. Who is Pierce?
Hold on. Holy crap. He hasn't fought since
Paul
October
Pierce?
2019. What? Is that right?
Maybe Chime Fly. Well,
Hold on.
he lost to Paul
I'm just
Pierce.
trying to look on the UFC site, but I'm trying to click it. It won't click.
Well, maybe you need to work on your internet. Cara. Now
Touche.
the table have turned.
Touche. Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, maybe in the comments somebody know. Wait.
So Joe. Oh no, Joe won that fight against Jonathan Pierce.
There you
So
go. So
Joe
see,
won the fight
somebody said.
with a round one KO or TKO. Oh, I think that was it. I think it was like we were like, oh, he should
So
retire.
I like that. And okay, so that's interesting. So
So that's
knowing
the thing.
that,
So yeah, so it's Joe, and so but we know Cowboy is coming off a little, and then before that though he had lost to Grits, Gritzmacher, and he had lost to Gita, who's a former guest of Tuesday Night Festivities.
Wait, he lost to who?
Clay.
Oh, Clay Guida. Well,
Yeah,
that's no. I mean, Clay Guida have beat a lot of guys.
and he lost
Um,
to Chris Gritzmacher.
yeah,
Gritz.
okay. I mean, yeah, he's a grit, smoky, gritty fighter.
Yeah.
That can happen. But I guess what we gotta look at here is like Lozon is not the kind of guy who get just knocked the fuck out a lot.
No, he's so
Um,
durable.
And I feel like if you're going with Sahoni, I mean, if I feel like that would be the way that Sahoni would beat Lausanne. If of anything, would have to be like a just to completely outclass him on the feet or knock him out. So because on the ground, Lausanne is chop shelf.
Oh, heck yeah.
So boy, I don't know if I'm betting and Lausanne and Lausanne is the dog. I might go to Lausanne on that one.
Well, you might feel like not necessarily that Lozon has more ways to win, but like you just said, Lozon can weather the storm of Cowboys' stand-up output, perhaps.
Yeah, plus
And
he
if
can
he's a-
fucking
and
strike
if he's
himself,
able
God
to get
argue.
it, and he can strike himself, and if
Yeah.
he's able to get it to the canvas, he has more. Even though Cowboy can grapple, Lozon's
Oh,
better.
Cowboy can grab, and that's when when the striking is even. That's when you go with Cowboy because he have that sneaky jiu-jitsu. But
Exactly.
against Lausanne, I
Then you're
feel
like,
like that's not.
yeah, that's
I think
different.
he negate that
That's
situation.
different. Yeah,
So
Lozon's
and
definitely
and
going to do that.
couple that with the bad breaks that Cowboy have had and the damage he have taken. I mean, look, not unlike some of the Oliveira and stuff like that, or now who was we just talking about that's exciting to like Gaethje. I mean, if
Mhm.
you're a fight fan, win, lose or draw, you like a Cowboy.
Right.
But
I mean, it's
but
hard not to like
because
Cowboy.
of that, he take a lot of fucking damage, and boy, that's a tough one. Yeah, maybe
It's
if
tough.
Lausanne is an underdog, I might go to Lausanne on that one
It's
if
tough.
I'm a betting
It
man.
is tough. Okay. Well, hey, listen, our former guest, the champion, Rose Namajunas, is going to be in action.
Oh,
And this girl obviously has a lot of belief in herself, has a lot of ability, has great crisp boxing, training with Trevor out there in Colorado, training
yeah,
alongside
the
Gaethje and
travel
stuff.
travel white man.
Yeah, and she's so scrappy on the feet. She has so much belief, like I said, but she is also a jiu-jitsu threat. So,
Oh,
Carla
very
beat
much so.
her the initial time.
Yeah,
Carla
yeah,
defeated her at the end of the Ultimate Fighter to become the inaugural champion. But Rose has
yeah.
evolved so much. They both have.
They
Carla's
have,
striking has come along so much, and
yeah.
she's a great grappling threat.
I feel like of the two of them, Hose have made more advancements in her game than Carla.
Okay.
So I feel like it's Hose's fight to lose. I feel like she's definitely the favorite. Not
Well, I
that
would
Carla,
imagine she'd be the
not
favorite.
yeah, not that Carla couldn't use her hustling and get in there
Look at
and
baby girl.
yeah, look at that one.
Look at baby girl. I mean, I just love that girl.
And I feel like after the interview that she did with us, she had a gleam in her eye. It's like she had a new lease on life for her. Like there's hope still. God.
Yeah, she's great. And I agree, but I agree. They've both evolved. Carla, like I said before, was all about the grappling, but her hands have really come along. But to me, Rose has evolved more or not even necessarily evolved more. I mean, she has, but at the same time, just the things she's good at, she got even better at, but also she uses her length really well, like that long jab, that quick 1-2. You know what I mean? She can
Yeah.
get that distance because Carla's not very big. She's quite petite.
Yeah, and Hose have been in there against like versions of Carla that can hit harder.
Okay.
You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like she been in there against like Andrade, you know what I mean? Who is like
Sure.
can knock you the fuck out with one punch, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
but can also smash you with the hustling and stuff. So I feel like Carla is gonna have for her to win, she's gonna have to have the performance of her fucking life, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Well, let me see on the flip side of that. Yeah, here is
And I like both of them. Again, I like both the people. Carla has
well,
always
that's what I'm
been
saying.
cool.
Carla's
Has
really
always
cool,
been
and
very cool to me.
Carla's been underappreciated and underestimated.
Yeah,
I mean, she is the inaugural champion, and like I said,
of course.
she was the best wrestler in the division until Tatiana Suarez.
Mm,
And Tatiana kind of came along, but Carla is incredibly good
yeah.
and tenacious.
I mean, there's no question.
I feel bad for her, in a way, like how some fighters just don't. And I guess, it's because maybe she didn't play the social media game or play the whatever game or something, but like some fighters just don't get as much attention or whatever
It's
as they
true.
could. They are very talented fighters. And I would
Well,
think that,
the
for
sad,
example, as a former champion, it's like she doesn't even she's never in the conversation. People just don't think of her.
the sad thing is we like to complain about the WWEification of the UFC,
Hmm.
but when it comes down to it, we all buy into it. We watch the ones of the people who fucking talk the most shit,
Yeah.
whether we like them because they do it or whether we hate them. So we all play into that shit. It's like when women say they want to find a nice guy and in theory, they want a nice man, a good man, a sweetheart. And then, but who do they like? The asshole guy, So we
Yeah.
attracted to the assholes. We want to see the assholes and it's our fault.
Right.
So in reality, you gotta open your mouth and talk shit, or do something flashy. Her style is not flashy, you know.
Well, he's saying Dean's saying Carla's chain wrestling is so dope. She got attention, but the wrong kind. She had to sell her Harley from Tough. Yeah, that was
Right.
bad. I remember that. That was bad.
That's
Um,
so sad. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, yeah. And look, let's see.
JB
God,
saying Carla's the female Kane, well rounded. Yeah,
yeah. The only difference is she don't have one punch knockout power like Cain Velasquez.
yeah. Tim is saying she's going to win in a Balal type fashion. But
Look,
see,
I
Rose is good on the ground though, so just because it goes to the canvas doesn't mean she's going to dominate.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Hoes have proven time and time and time again, that she can deal with that stuff. But you know, stranger things have happened than
Yeah.
that.
Hey, did I already show the Ferguson B-roll?
I
No.
know you showed Ferguson, but I feel like it was just you showing
No,
him
we
get
were
fucked
talking
up by
about
people.
Gaethje. So here's Tony. So Tony's going to
Okay,
be back.
here we go.
Tony's
I
going to
love
be
the
fighting.
fucking. He have one of my favorite walkout songs. One of those old b-boy fucking
Oh, when he
breakdancing
does,
joints.
yeah, I do. I love the old B-boy stuff that
It's
he.
not.
And people, if you're looking on my YouTube, yeah, we have some open workouts with Tony and his B-boy stuff, and it's
I
great.
love that shit.
El Kukui. So much fun. Ooh.
He have just such awkward fucking style, and when he's confident and when he's moving with that selfish dance and all that kind of crazy shit,
Well,
I
when he
love
gets
to
in the
watch.
zone and he gets in that flow state, yeah, when he's really having the fun
Yeah,
and he's, yeah, like shuffling his feet and doing whatever and getting
yeah.
creative. Look at that. Like, yeah.
Oh, that was a great fight there with Pattis. That was such an
And
exciting
what's what
fight.
people don't know, he was a great baseball player in
And,
college.
and
And he,
break dancer, funny enough.
yeah,
I mean, that's why he come out to that shit.
yeah, yeah.
And
Ooh.
hustling, he was great hustling.
Yeah, and he was on Brock's team on The Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, he was on Brock's team. Okay, but so he is going to be fighting against dun, 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 Michael Chandler.
Yeah, who is just such a fucking another just exciting. I mean, He
I
have some of
know.
my favorite. He have a handful of my favorite fights in the fucking of all time of
Oh,
anybody.
him and Alvarez are amazing.
Him and Alvarez. I used to use that. I used to keep it on my DVH. If people came over and never seen MMA or whatever, I go
Mhm.
take a look at this. If you don't like, I said let me just show you this. And
Yeah, let
then
me show you.
when I got a new box, then of course it went away, so I don't have that one no more.
So
But
good.
I mean,
So good.
that's like I was saying about Arturo Gatti. It's like the closest thing to Gatti Ward was those two fighting
Yeah,
in the
Chandler's
fucking.
fearless too.
Yeah, he's fearless, he's tough, he's durable, he's talented, he's athletic. I mean, he has so many fucking things going for him, you know? The only thing he don't have is like height and length. But aside
I
from that, he check all the boxes that you would want from a fighter, you know?
and
Like
like you said, you
he have power. I mean, he have every stuff you need.
yeah, you like you said, you hung out with him a little bit. He worked the desk with us once so I spent, the day with, the weekend with him basically. And yeah, real nice guy, likable guy. Um, and yeah, I did feel though in that Gaethje fight, like I did feel that, and good for him because he gained fans and he gained a lot from it. I did feel that he got to the point where he was thinking, well, I guess I'm probably not going to win, but let's make this an all-time classic.
Look, I
And
think
so
he's just
he
one of those guys.
sacrificed
Yeah.
himself and kind of really just leaned into the fire to just have an epic fight for our
Well,
benefit and to go down in the history books,
yeah.
and I
Well,
and I respect him for that.
just like Gaethje, I think that he's the kind of guy. Sometimes you hear people say, "I'm willing to die in there" and all that kind of stuff. Certain people believe that, and certain people don't. I believe that he's like one of those guys. The way he showed there, he's like, "Fuck it, my heart is worth showing. My heart is worth more than if I die." You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah,
was willing to just say, "Fuck everything."
let's
And
go.
that's why you have to appreciate that because he's giving you something that's priceless.
Yep,
He's
yep.
giving you his life. uh,
Pico is saying that Tony's got this Chandler's a dog in there, but he can't get caught. Front kick KO round 3.
hey, look, I'm the crazy thing about this one is these guys is both prone to getting hit,
They do get hit.
and they both hit hard. I could see, to be honest, I could see any. Of course, I want my boy Johnny Ferguson, but I could see anything happening in this fucking fight. Anything.
Keith Ferg saying the walkout music freestyle, the party has
Yeah,
begun. It's so true. I love
it's
it.
the.
I love that beatbox stuff he comes out to. It's great.
We
Yeah,
are here to.
it's true. And the one against his fight against Kevin Lee was epic.
Oh, I mean, most of fucking. I mean, you ever seen a boring Johnny Ferguson fight? It's
Nope.
like Chandler. You never seen a boring
Doesn't
Chandler
exist.
fight.
Doesn't exist. Well, this is a good point, though. Boxing MMA 365 saying Chandler just had a new baby. He's going to be as motivated as humanly possible. They just adopted another baby. They had adopted a son before, and so yeah, he's
When
going to be fired up.
see, I look at it
Fired
a
up
different
to.
way. I look at it as a kryptonite, because the baby can sap the energy from that one.
I don't know. I think he might be really inspired to fight for his family. That's a very good point.
Now you're gonna have less sleep, for her, and you're gonna have less sex. You're gonna have less money.
Well, I don't know.
And your heart is becoming soft.
Okay, yeah. Hey, listen, before we get to the bracket with the nicknames, we just got a donation with a normal or now request. So
Oh,
normal
okay,
or now, folks, if you're new to this, normal or now is where we just sort of answer questions. If you have a relationship
we're
question,
gonna be your therapist.
a lifestyle question, yes, it's a therapy session where you're sort of like, is this normal or now? And D&D is asking normal or now, if you're a dude and you enjoy the vagine, are you considered a beta? Remember The Sopranos with Tony Ribbing Jr.
No, that is classic bullshit tough guy stuffs. Like you don't cry or you don't. That's like the kind of guy who would think like to be a good dancer is gay or something fucking stupid like that. Um, I guess what I'm hearing from that question is if you like to like I guess what I'm hearing. Maybe I'm interpret this one. What's the guy's name?
Uh, sorry, this was from
No, take your time.
Dean. This was from Dean. Dean D.
Oh, okay, D&D. If what I'm understanding here, Gene G. Okay, what I'm understanding here is you're saying like because you're doing a submissive act of going down on the vagine that is make you less of a man, like you doing something. I think that's crazy. I think that's insane. That is the kind of stuff you hear from like a meatheads, you know.
And I will say,
Go ahead, caralho. Spit it out,
ne-
or don't spit it out, caralho.
never mind. I'm just going to say that if you expect to receive, you should expect to give.
Well, I have a well. Okay, fair enough, but that's not even why you should look unless there's something wrong with her vagina, like she's have a hormonal problem or she's on antibiotic or she's eating too much asparagus, whatever the fuck it is. She's, I don't know, whatever's the reason. If you smell, if you smell like a cadaver, if you smell like a cadaver, then you gotta leave that one to the morgue. You gotta drive that one to the morgue and leave that one there.
I love that word so much.
Yeah, cadaver,
It's such a good word.
because it's not fair to put somebody through that. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair.
Oh,
Um,
you guys are all freshy fresh.
No,
Let's
you gotta
move on.
understand. I'm not I'm not even talking about personal hygiene in the sense like somebody didn't took a shower.
I know
Okay.
what you're saying. You're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about something that is
hormonal.
borderline, yeah, or an infection. There are women who I don't know if they don't understand that that's what's going on. And we're not talking about a musk. I don't want to
I've
get it twisted. I'm not talking about
I've
something that's
heard.
like, okay. If you hear like a foghorn, leghorn, if it go and you hear seagulls in the background and albatross, um, that's no good, porra. If there's husky chains coming off of it and seaweed and stuff
Oh,
like that, it's like it smells like Davy Jones locker. Okay, now wait, a true kind of no. It's
I'm not reading this.
okay, I understand what he's saying, but there's a level to where it's no, it's like this. I'll put it. Oh, I put it to you like this. Here's a great analogy. Let me try and because they want to hear about this because they asking.
No, we can move on.
Now we can't move on because this is we're getting to the core of the problem here. I'm gonna equate this to this. I put my my personal theory, my modus operandi or whatever is look. I'll eat like if a banana or a piece of fruit have like some imperfection, like some bruising or whatever. It's maybe a little bit past when it's optimal. I still eat that one. But if something is hot, it's not good for my body. It's not good for me to have that one. You understand? So if that one is to the point where it's like it's hot, you can't have that. And
Okay.
it's not chivalry to endure that one. It's just
No,
no good for her.
you're right.
We have some responsibility, like for instance, if I had like a strep throat or something or if I had a tooth that was hot and my breath was smelled like shit, I wouldn't allow someone to tongue kiss me. I would go, you know what? We shouldn't be hanging out right now. So if if your punching is then it's a problem. But yes, in short, if there's nothing of you alpha, you can still be an alfalfa male if you go down on a woman. Okay.
Um, Daedalus, yes, he is grossing me out.
Hmm.
But
Look, it
thank you
should be
for your
the vagina was gross you out, not me, boy.
Well,
The
Handy
vagina drew
Hibota,
first blood, not me.
Handy Hibota is agreeing with you and likes your analogy. So,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Will I drink some milk beyond the expiration? Maybe a day or two. But ain't don't let's not get crazy here.
Let's not get crazy. Okay, okay. So, okay, let's move on,
Plus
Renato.
more
If
questions. I like more questions. I like
I
to
know,
help
but
these
I don't
people.
see more questions. And for now, we should start to get to our bracket, don't you think?
I'll give you the bracket.
Don't you want to get to the nickname bracket?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So,
Okay, Karayu.
oh, the
What?
graphic doesn't fit. Oh,
Why? What
oh,
happened?
wait. I thought
Well,
it would
whatever.
fit. Oh, wait. But I thought it would fit better. No, but wait, I need you in the two. Wait,
Huh?
there. Wait, let's try this again.
Oh, just purple. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
Are
dang
we
it.
covering up something?
Yeah, here, wait, watch this. I got it. Watch this. This is all I need to do is I just need to
Oh,
hide that. Okay.
hide what for?
So this is our festivities nickname bracket that we were going to get going here. And we can start, we can just kind of, I don't know, do you want to do like the first upper bracket tonight? The Sexyama versus Caramel Thunder and Touchy Feely versus Violent Bob Ross?
We can do that.
Do you want to do both of those?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, folks out there watching with us, the debate is now Sexyama versus Caramel Thunder. So, Akiyama, you guys remember Akiyama? He was a welterweight versus Caramel Thunder, who is Miguel Baeza. And then we'll have Touchy Feely, Andre Feely versus Violent Bob Ross. And that, of course, is Luis Pena. So, Sexyama versus Caramel.
You know what's very tough about. I'm gonna say right off the bat. What's very tough. What's very tough for me about these matchups. These first two, is that it remind me of like when you're matching up when a great team match up with another great team in the first round of the playoffs for whatever reason,
Yeah.
And these are matches that could easily be finals match even, So
Sure.
it's a fucking shame that someone gotta lose in these because these are strong. These are these are strong to quite strong. Um,
I know where I lean on this one.
let's go with let's hear it. Give it to me straight.
I'm Sexyama all day on this one. To me, it is not only is it fun to say, the Sexyama Akiyama thing. It is 100% fitting. By the way, I have interviews with him on my channel, and
No,
I
of
did one
course
with
you
him, and
do.
he did
Of
an
course,
interview
that's
with
what
me
this is
without his
hilly
shirt. He
about.
did an interview with me without his shirt on. I think
That's what this is hilly about. You're letting that change your judgment. That's clouding your judgment.
So, I mean, we all have biases.
Okay.
Anyway, to me, but Sexyama, because it was the Japanese thing. It's like it was, there's a mystique anyway about Japanese fighters, and they are cool looking, and there is a sex appeal to them. So leaning
What do
into
you
it and
mean
just being
they?
like freaking Sexyama, and he was fine. Yeah.
And he could
Not to
also
say
sing.
Baeza
He
isn't good looking, because a lot of people think Baeza is really handsome and they love that. And listen, Caramel Thunder is a solid nickname. I'm not
okay.
slacking that one off. But to me, Sexyama is just so much more like Caramel Thunder sounds like you kind of had to think about it a little bit. Sexyama feels like that came naturally. That was just like
okay. So to me, this is the toughest one. Like to put these two in the first round, it seems so fucking unfair.
Sorry. That was the breaks.
Okay. So here's my check on this. Now, everything you said, I can second that about what you said about Sexy Yahma. And to couple that with the fact that he's a legendary fighter, and you can also put in there that he liked to lean into it by calling himself that and saying he's going to bring the sexy back and all that kind of shit. And on top of that, the guy can fucking. Apparently, he have like albums and shit of singing like music. He's like a best-selling artist in fucking Japan. Um, I mean, it is one of my favorite nicknames, Sexyama. Um, but let's get the name Caramel Thunder is startling. It's one of the most brazen, one of the most boldest, arrogant.
Totally.
I love it so much. I love it so much, and I see a lot of myself in there.
See, Jay Bay is saying Caramel Thunder sounds so good. It
It
does.
it does. It's incredible. I couldn't in good conscience. As great as Sexyama is, I couldn't in good conscience.
See, no, JB seeing Sexyama's legend. See,
Okay, but we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. This is the problem here. Not unlike the movie characters, we're not talking about what's a better movie, or in this case, what's a better fighter, or who's a more legendary fighter. It's the nickname.
yeah, but Dean is saying it's a great nickname because he lived up to it too. Is Baeza living up to Caramel Thunder? Sexyama lived up to Sexyama.
Listen, this guy just came out, fucking Baeza. And by the way, I'm gonna tell Baeza that you win against him.
Handy Hibota is saying Sexyama wins and advances the next round. Like, I agree.
For me,
To me, this one's not even actually as close as you think it is.
If the name Caramel Thunder can't advance to the next round, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
But see, I'm saying it just doesn't. It seems too forced. Nobody's sitting around
The man looked like he's made out of caramel.
You've never just sort of like accidentally or like goofed around and like, I don't know, Caramel Thunder, dude. It's
Are you familiar?
Great nickname.
Are you familiar with the basketball, the great '70s basketball player, '70s and early '80s?
Sexyama is better.
Are you familiar with Daryl Dawkins? Do you know who is Chocolate Thunder?
Yes.
Okay. This harkened back to one of the greatest nicknames of all time, Chocolate Thunder. For this kid to call himself Caramel Thunder, the balls on this kid.
But Sexyama's better. I'm not discounting.
I can't agree with you.
Sexyama is better.
I cannot agree with you on that. And because it's a split here, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to go. I'll put it to you this way. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is the only way that I think this can be resolved. I think we're gonna need to do a post after the show, maybe tomorrow.
I'll do a poll
with a link to this episode. We're gonna do a fucking poll not on Twitter, on fucking Instagram, on the live. They have a thing where you can do like the exact stuffs. You understand?
I don't.
Oh, they have a stuffs on the live where you can do like the actual counts and you see who voted for who.
A live poll or just a poll that you can
on Instagram Live? You can do polls where say somebody can choose Sexyama, they can choose Caramel Thunder, and you can see who, and you can see the percentage, you can see how many people, you can see their names, every stuff.
Right. I know I can do a real post live. Post.
No, not now. I'm saying later.
No. I know, but I was gonna say I know you can do different stuff that you can create on the create one. You can do. Oh no, I guess not. I thought you could do a poll on there on the stories.
You can. What did I say? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
But it has to be on live.
No, I'm talking about the stories. That's what I meant. I always go to the same. Yes, the fucking stories. Sorry, I was like,
wait a minute.
Why? No, that's my fault. That's not That's my fault. The fucking story.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I thought you could do posts on.
It's the story. The story. My bad. My English. I guess.
But it's under like the create segment or something like that, right?
Something like that. We'll figure it out. We don't need to hash it out here.
No, we don't need to hash it out here
because let's see.
Well, listen, yeah, and I might be able to do JH125 is saying I can do a poll on YouTube as well. I think I can do that as well. So we could take that into account and just resolve it next week. You know what I mean? Because I think I can do a poll on YouTube as well.
Okay, fair enough.
See,
Now,
well,
and some people,
Cyber V 2077 agrees with me. Sexyama is better than Caramel Thunder. Thank you.
he's lying. The I think another stuff that he is suffering from here is he's young and he don't have the resume. And because he lost his last fight, they saying he didn't live up to his name. Watch his other fights. He fucking kicked the shit out of everybody.
Listen, I'm down. Listen, I like Baeza.
I think this kid's gonna be a star. I think.
I'm not. Please don't equate this with me not liking Baeza.
No, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna. Baeza is gonna find out.
Tim, shut up. Tim is saying we create a story, then you swipe up and it gives you a poll up. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the poll comes up in the little thingy. Right.
I'll give you a poll if you're not careful. Baeza.
You better be careful. They're about to take away abortion rights. You better be careful. You better be real careful, Renato.
I'm already depressed about this one because if you want to, this was Healy. See, what people don't realize is this was a big win for this was a win for big child support. Baby mamas all over the area is rejoicing because a lot of child support gonna came from this one.
Okay, let's go back.
A lot of unwanted fucking child support. That's all I hear when I hear that one.
Let's go back to this.
But wait,
okay.
Wait.
We're gonna have to do a poll between Sexyama and Caramel Thunder. Okay, so the next one is Touchy Feely versus Violent Bob Ross.
I can give you. You want me to give you my 2 cents?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Whoops.
Listen, the name Violent Bob Ross, and because of the way he look and all that shit, it's one of the funniest concept I've ever heard and thought of and seen, and I love it. I love it to death. And this is one of those ones that break my heart because it's in the first round. I would not like to see Violent Bob Ross to go away so soon. But Touchy Feely is without question on my Mount Rushmore of nicknames for the rest of my life. I don't care what nicknames come after this. Touchy Feely is forever on my heart. So I'd be damned. I'll be damned if I'm ever gonna in the first round gonna get rid of Touchy Feely.
I couldn't agree more. Touchy Feely is one of the all-time great nicknames. It is hilarious. I revel in it every time I get to say it on the air.
It's the greatest.
Like, it is so fun. He's a fun fighter. I know he got clipped really quickly the other day. Oh, speaking of Touchy Feely, Renato.
He'd be a good guest too.
By the way, why don't we look a little bit of Touchy Feely? Unfortunately, it was a quick fight. It didn't go his way.
Well, why are you gonna show that? Show some of his best work.
Well, because I have it. So I may as well make
what a backhanded compliment. We're gonna give him the bracket.
This adds to the show. This is top-notch. This is top-notch production value, Renato.
Well, because the slow motion right there.
I mean, we got slow motion. We got cool stuff here that I've done.
That dude look cool.
I mean, look at him.
Poor Touchy Feely. I love that kid. And he's cool too, And he's a supporter. He's a lot ingenious.
I guess I didn't realize I did the slow motion on that part. Sorry.
Hey, I don't. You know what? I'd rather see that and then just leave it at that, so we don't have to see him lose, boy. Leave it at that. The kid looked cool there.
Oh, this clip might have gotten a little screwed up. I don't think I intended for it to be this. Okay. Ooh, okay. Sorry, folks. There might have, and there's Joe Anderson Brito. Anyway, but yeah, Touchy Feely to me is one of the all-time great nicknames. Unfortunately for him, he hadn't fought in about a year. He did sign a new
from
deal,
injury now.
Yeah, and then he was like renegotiating his contract and stuff.
Oh God!
And so he signed a new contract, and so it was like a new 4-fight deal or something like that. But yeah, Touchy Feely to me is undeniable as one of the all-time greatest nicknames ever.
It's gonna be hard to beat. Let's put it to you that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's John Hambo level,
Yeah. Yeah. Handy's saying, Touchy Feely for sure on that one.
I don't even think this is one that needs to. You know, as much, and I have to say, Bob Haas. You know, I would even like if it was just he just called Bob Haas. You don't even have the violent part in there. I mean, I
Right.
just I love invoking Bob
But
Haas.
see, yeah, this one, people, there are votes for there are
It
votes for
yeah
yeah, seeing hearing Buffer
yeah
say touchy feely is more fun than hearing violent Bob
yeah.
Ross.
They both funny as fuck, and they both invent. They both like make you laugh. But one of them is more clever, even than the other. One of them hits you in other ways, true. So
Exactly.
it's
Well, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And
Touchy feely is almost a perfect nickname. Let's not. I mean,
it really is. And
it's well hounded.
not for nothing, Luis Pena got in a little bit of trouble outside of the
To
octagon.
me,
And
that's irrelevant to
yeah,
the
we're just
nickname.
talking about the names.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Well, so that one's a gimme. So we'll do a poll and we'll try to figure out what people like between Sexyama and
I'm nervous now because
like I said, to me it's
I
not.
I could stomach Caramel Thunder not winning the whole thing, but to go out in the first round is like it's almost unimaginable to me.
Well, I hear
Caramel Thunder. Uh,
it's look it coming up next week. What we're gonna go through. I mean, we got some serious hardcore brackets here, bro. We're not playing. This is not for the faint of heart.
yeah, but a couple people got some easy matchups here.
Well, I don't know.
Like you threw hot chocolate a fucking softball. You threw him the some cheese, the
You think?
the low hanging cheese or whatever they call.
I don't know. Little Evil's pretty great, and people love Jens
Not like
Balmer.
hot chocolate. No, but it don't have to do with how much we love Jens Balva. You have to know the fucking nickname. And Little Evil's not a bad nickname, but I mean hot chocolate against hot chocolate. I mean it's unfair.
So it's going to end up being hot chocolate versus Sexyama, and then I'm going to
It's
cry.
gonna be
So.
not necessarily. I mean touchy feely's in there,
Oh,
and you got the axe
touchy.
murderer. There's
Oh,
some
it's going
good,
to be touchy feely versus
and
Sexyama.
there's also the axe murderer. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Ah!
And you know what? Let me give honorable mention to somebody that
Yeah.
I feel like he's not in this only because he changed his fucking nickname. But if Barnatch, Chris Barnatch,
Oh
had
yeah.
been smart enough to kept his fucking original nickname, that nickname for my taste is very hard to beat. Huggy Bear for a chubby, chunky black fellow um, is intoxicating.
But isn't that because you equate it with the old show from the
Of
70s?
course, but also it's like a little teddy bear, like oh Huggy Bear, and also like a hot chocolate said, it go against Chike. Okay, we all know these guys is Chuff and Hug It, and I'm the killer, and I'm
Right,
this
right,
person.
right, right.
But Huggy Bear, and he's also chunky. It's a home run. It's
I get it.
and
I
with
get
his
it.
style, with his crazy style. I mean, Huggy
I get
Bear
it.
is. But the fact that he don't have it anymore, I feel like it's disqualifying.
Yeah, he was on with me and Angela on what had happened was we did a show with him and we were
Yeah,
talking all about his nickname and his changing it and stuff like that. I
his new
agree.
nickname is
Huggy Bear
just
is a fantastic nickname.
his new nickname. Just don't do it for me it at all.
I hear you.
I mean,
Yeah,
Huggy
Dean
Bear.
say yeah, Huggy Bear Huggy Bear for the dub.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh
But he dropped the Huggy Bear,
yeah,
so I
but
don't
listen,
in good conscience I can't let him to win. Well,
one
that's
of the
later.
guys, the Axe Murderer is coming up. He's in the bracket, so
That's
for
next
sure.
week, for her.
Yeah. And yeah, Natural Born Killer, that one's coming up for sure, for sure.
You
So
really
and
did.
Zombie is coming up. Wonder Boy's not in the bracket. That is a good nickname too, though.
It is good, but it's not all time fucking oh my god, for her. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that it fits him. But yeah, Little Evil is in
It
there.
fits him for
So
sure, but it's just not like for instance, to me, the key to like a fantastic nickname is when I hear it, I go like this. Oh my god! I go when I
right.
almost
I was
if I
like, oh,
laugh
I love
if
it.
I if I laugh when I first heard it,
Right.
and I shake my head, then it's this it's a
Boy,
humdinger.
that's cool.
That's what separate the you know, it's almost like, you know what, with rap lyrics,
Yeah.
if I hear a rap lyric and it make me go like if I go, oh god, you how the fuck he thought of,
Right.
if I laugh at it, it means it's
I
genius, you
mean,
know.
hey, well,
I have to stop and he whine and go, oh, god, are you, did he just said that, you know, it's one of those.
speaking of which, although shoot, I think now,
What?
I don't
Oh,
think
the
any.
bear Jew. Oh, we left out the bear Jew. Oh,
Oh, the
caralho.
Bear Jew is a good one. You're right. That is
That is
good.
one of the most unique.
Yeah.
But you know, how could we thought of every fucking name, you
The
know?
Bear Jew is a good one. That is a good nickname.
Because that one, when you hear that one, you go, come again? It have that same thing. Like,
Right.
that's a fucking bold choice for her.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. And especially because he's not Jewish. I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, he is Jew. He must. If he's not Jewish, then that is hilly. You know, it's almost like you have to give him the fucking. He have to be Jewish.
Are there Scottish
If he's
Jews?
not, there's Jews every fucking where.
Yeah.
There's Puerto Rican Jews, got you.
I'm not sure the backstory.
He have to be.
Hey, look at Crazy Horse Bennett is one that I thought of. Felony Crazy
Okay,
Horse
but here's
Bennett.
why. Here's why I didn't put him on my list. Much like your
Uh-huh.
boy Huggy Bear, he fucking changed it. And I'm not
Yeah.
giving. I don't want to. I can't give. I can't give Truth that one
I hear you.
because that used to be one of my favorite names. And then he denounced it. He get upset if you call him that. You know
Right.
that. So
Well, style bender is one people like.
you know, I love his style and him more than I love the nickname for her.
Okay.
For me, it's not a bad nickname, but it don't get me hyped. It don't get me
Right.
jazzed up. I his
Right.
fighting does. His fighting get me hyped up probably more than anybody. But the nickname itself, I mean, I guess if you're a fan of of what you call the show, what's the one with the kids? The fuck is the name of that show? Avatar. That's what it's from.
Oh yeah, last time. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
If you're
exactly.
like, if you're a big Avatar person, it's probably a 10 out of 10. But I'm a little past the Avatar. You know, it's not from my era.
Well, I think people like it because it just seems to fit his style.
It's
Let's say it that
fitting,
way.
but to me, it's not up there in the fucking where I listen to it and I go, I can't believe this young blood call himself style. But you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just not. It just don't do it for me.
Okay.
I'm not saying he should have a different one. I'm just saying, you know, he got the best fucking fighting style. He don't have to have the best nickname, true. You know.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, obviously, like I said, I think with him, it's because it seems to like um, fit his style, or like it.
Yeah.
It seems to speak to who he is as a
It
person.
do.
You know.
I'm just from not just like you. I'm not from the era of the fucking Avatar thing or whatever. If he was called himself Voltron or something, I might be like, or He Man or fucking GI Joe or I don't know. If he called himself
Right.
Heathcliff or some shit or
Right.
you know,
Okay. Yeah. No.
Lion O or some shit from you know.
Heathcliff. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Heathcliff,
Okay.
Heathcliffy. That's what we call him in
Okay.
Brazil.
Hey, we are going to
Wait,
shift.
can I tell you something that blew my mind? Speaking of
Yeah.
Heathcliff, I was trying to remember the name of the fucking cat on the show that was like a dandy. You know, the one that looked like he had his shit together. He wears stylish stuff.
Yes.
And I was thinking, did I remember it right? Because I thought his name was Hif Half.
Riff Raff?
Yeah, the one with like he wear like almost like a beret and he have like a cool hat and a scarf, like a
I
handkerchief,
do
a
remember a
neckerchief.
cat named Riff
Yeah,
Raff.
he was in there, and I
And
was
he
trying
was,
to
but
look.
was he in with Heathcliff?
Oh yeah,
Riff Raff
and I was
wasn't he part of Top Cat's crew?
no.
Because I
No,
loved
no, but
Top
I
Cat.
think that that was maybe part of the universe of that or whatever. But
I don't
anyway,
know.
but I digest because I was looking it up about Heathcliff because of that. And then while I was reading the Wikipedia or whatever I was looking at, it blew my mind that that is a French cartoon that we was just get in English and Portuguese and stuff. But it's
Really?
French. So that's why they look certain kind of, they take on it was kind of like it was they was late with stuffs, like the guys with the roller skate and the fucking Walkmans and the all the kind of stuffs was based on French shit. So it was like a
Okay.
French person's take on street culture and stuff like that.
Mm,
So it blew my mind and it made sense because the way they have a hip half, he looked like a French dandy. Boy.
okay.
Anyway, who
Okay.
cares?
I
Anyway,
didn't.
I used to watch a lot of fucking Heathcliffy.
I guess so. I guess so. No, I was just gonna say let's look at what's currently on the charts. Um, um, I'm sorry. I guess that's smaller than I meant it to be. We might have to just zoom in on that. But the number one song here, sorry,
What?
yeah, is
I
Harry
prefer Heathcliff.
Styles.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now
So
here's
these are
where I'm gonna get lost on this. I
this
bet
is
you I'm not gonna know one song on this
that,
fucking
and
list,
that's what
bro.
I was gonna ask you. So I'm gonna read you. This is the Billboard. Oh, hold on. Let me move. Let me hide
I
this
gotta see the Soul Train
so
Music
I can
Awards.
see this better. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. So this is the Billboard Hot 100 for this week. The number one
Gotta.
song, As It Was, from Harry Styles. Coming in at number two is First Class by Jack Harlow. Heat Waves by Glass Animals in at number three. Big
Carajo,
Energy
Glass
by,
Animals. Okay.
yeah, Glass Animals. You know them. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June.
Yeah, of
Heat
course.
wave, you shaking me up
Sure, I've
and
heard that
make
one.
me happy. I like that song. And Lotto with Big Energy. That's the one where
Who-
they sampled the Tom Tom Club. You know,
or Beep,
yeah, and she's like, gonna hit it with a big, big energy, and
I think you know what? I think I did hear one.
she's
Yeah,
kind of,
because
yeah,
I'm sure she's talking about big dick, and I bet you in the explicit one she says big dick energy. That's what I
probably,
was
but
thinking.
she's kind of Lizzo esque with that vibe. Then there's Imagine Dragons with Enemy
Wait,
at
she's
number five.
chunky.
Huh?
She's chunky.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just saying it has that vibe. The
okay.
like same energy as like a Lizzo song.
Yeah.
Um, then there's Enemy by Imagine Dragons at number five. Number six is Stay by the Kid Laroni and Justin Bieber. Number
The
seven
kid
is Woman,
Lahoney. Who the fuck is the kid Lahoney?
or Leroy.
I can't see this anywhere,
Sorry, Kid
so
Leroy.
I don't know Kid Lahoy even more than Kid Lahoney
Sorry,
anyway.
but then number seven is Doja Cat with Woman. I like that song. Woman,
Man.
woman, woman, woman.
I
Make
think
me
the only reason
your
you fucking know any of this shit
woman,
is because you
woman,
live with
woman.
your teenage daughter.
I know. I like Doja Cat. And oh, her song Ain't S is amazing. Then at number eight, it's Ghost by Justin Bieber. Number nine, Super Gremlin by Kodak Black. And number 10, That's What I Want by Lil Nas X. And I actually just bought Lil Nas X tickets for me and the kid to go see him in the fall. We are going to see him at like down at the, I don't know, the forum or whatever.
First of all, it's gonna be probably exciting. I mean, he's not. First of all, I thought that was a Backstreet Boys song. I like it that way or whatever. What is it called? I like it like that, or I like it that way.
But that I don't even know that song as much as I know the other Lil Nas X songs like Montero and stuff like that.
You like it Manchero, or you like
I do.
the old
I
country
think it's
hall.
good.
I think the kid is funny. Like you know what I look. I can check and leave his music. It's whatever to me. It's just not. It's not for. It's not really for me. However, as a performer, I saw the kid on Saturday Night Live and all that kind of stuff, and you can see this fucking kid is a natural born performer.
Yeah.
He have, they say like somebody have it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge that he have like there's something like there's a shine to the fucking kid.
Yeah.
And then when you see him in interviews, he's also charming and stuff like that. So it's like he's a star.
Yeah.
And what I do like about the kid, what I do because of just having like a humble nature and wanting to maybe to push people's buttons and stuff like that, I respect that this is a kid who first came into like a country music, as like a black gay rapper. You understand?
Yeah.
And then so he's in true fucking culture. He's making it, and at the top of true places where he's not welcome. And the more they complain about his gay shit, the more he lean into it.
He leans into it.
And it made me laugh so much because I know how much he's twisting up some of these people, and when he does it, I hoot for him because I go, I go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like make him choke on that shit. You know
Yeah,
what I
like at
mean?
the like at the Grammys or whenever he gets to perform, he keeps
Yeah.
raising the gaming bars
And the
every
more,
time.
yeah,
And it's like, and it's exactly that. It's like, oh, you think I'm too gay now?
yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
And it's like if a
I love
girlfriend or
it.
my mom or someone is to tell me to stop saying a certain funny thing that I'm saying,
That's all you're gonna say.
I'm just gonna do it more,
All you're gonna say.
I'm just gonna
100%.
keep saying it. I'm gonna find a way to sneak it into everything. So it's like in that way, I see a kindred spirit in wanting to be like, oh, carajo, oh, I didn't know you didn't like that. Here, let me give you to this. Let me give you this, boy.
Yeah.
And it's like he have a shit eating grin even in the commercials and stuff. It's like he know he's doing it to you, and there's
Yep.
nothing you can do because you hate him but your kids love him or whatever. So in that
Totally.
sense, even though the music is not really, I can check or leave. I don't hate it, but I can check
Yeah.
or leave that one. But him as a thing, I hoot for that one.
Same, same, same. Okay, so Dustin Freeman is saying he wanted to like Jack Harlow. He's talented, but all the wrong kinds of people stand him. So Jack actually appears on one of the songs with
Oh
him.
yeah, he's in the fucking video, the Manchero
Right,
or whatever.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
And
look,
so I don't know what his fan base is like. I don't know what the people who stand him are like.
me
I thought
neither.
in general,
Me
because I
neither.
said something to my kid. I was like, "Oh, I read something about from Jack Harlow. There was some quote of his, and he just seemed to be like pretty down to earth or something." I
Yeah, he
wish I
seemed
could.
like an okay kid. I don't
Yeah,
have
so
nothing
I said
against the
something to
fucking
my
kid.
kid. I was like, "Hey, you know that Jack Harlow? He said yada yada yada. He seems pretty cool." And she's like, "Yeah, he does. He is pretty cool. Like the general consensus is, yeah,
Yeah,
he's pretty cool."
I got nothing against the fucking
Yeah,
kid.
yeah, yeah.
I just, you know what? He fall into the category of I don't dislike his music, but you're never gonna see me like buying his album or making a Jack Harlow mix or something like that. I'm just not checking for it.
Sure. I get it.
But
I
it's
get it.
fine.
I get it. I get it. All right. Okay. I mean, I don't know. People are just here we go. Justin Ava saying, I wish I was hip with the new songs nowadays, but I just think music from the past is far superior and I can't lie to myself. But see, that's the classic story of every generation. That's the
You
whole
know,
point is that you are going to sound like your parents, where your parents
yeah,
say, you guys don't know what good music is. Like it just is a fact that we're all going to end up saying that.
it's true. And I used to fight against. I came to an epiphany about that. What was the person's name? If you can remember, if not, you don't have to
Sorry,
kill
here, let me
yourself.
get it. Justin.
Justin Eva. I used to fight against the because I love hip hop. I love my beloved rap music so much, and it's grown up with me. Just much like Saturday Night Live, we came up together. And it's beloved to me. So when it have twist and turn into the what it became these days, it hurt me. So I was so angry about it. I was dismissive. I was, why can't it be like, well, no, this is not hap music. This is not. And then I had to came to the realization that, listen, I can't tell these kids what you like and what not to like and whatever. This is their chime with that. This is their hap music. And I just have to accept it's not for me.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I don't have to try to convince them. No, no, this is superior. To them, it's not. You
Right.
know, it's
You'll
like
never convince
people.
him.
It's like people in the 80s who was into I don't know, hair metal, like into like Motley Crue, and then there was like this is better than, or the people who was into like Creedence Clearwater Revival was like this ain't music. Well, to these fucking kids, Motley Crue was just as important. And of course, you don't like it as much, but they do. So
Yeah.
to me, I can honestly say, yeah, I don't like that shit, and I can poo-poo that one. But I'm done trying to tell young people that
What's
they
good and what's
shouldn't
not.
like it because fuck it. Obviously they do. You know?
Well, obviously, yeah, the new music speaks to them. The lyrics
Yeah,
speak to them. That's the whole
yeah,
point. It's current and it's relevant to their lives. And
yeah,
so we don't connect to some of this stuff because we're in a different place mentally, socially, and whatever. So, yeah, that makes 100% sense. But what I do make sure that she is aware of, my daughter, is that when she hears a song, when I know she likes something, and maybe it's something from Nas or whatever, or whomever. Maybe
you
it's
mean
like
Nas or Little Nas X?
right, whatever, Little Nas X, or maybe it's the whole Big Energy thing. I make sure to play her the origin track on a lot of
Oh
these things,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
I go back and I'm
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
kid, this is cool, but here's what they took it from. Here's
yeah.
here's the
Here's where
originator.
they took the entire fucking song
The
from.
whole thing. But
Yeah.
so I make it into like like, I don't want to bore you with a teachable moment, but like I used to work at a radio station for 5 years. I worked at MTV. Like I love music. I almost went into the music industry for a job instead of, if I didn't get my job at MTV, I was going to go into A&R at a records company. So like that was literally the job I was going to have if I didn't. And then the path that I took after MTV, kind of led to more TV stuff. But like music
Yeah.
is my other love. So it's important to me to make sure she has good taste, and she has really good taste. And
Yeah, I can
so
tell. Yeah.
yeah, she has really good taste. And so we bump different stuff together. And like when we're together, and like I just played her this other song the other day. I was like, bro, this is like my new jam. It was actually something from off the Euphoria soundtrack, surprisingly enough. But
Ah.
it's called Yeah, I Effing Did It. And
And she already knew the song because she watched Euphoria on the
no, she
download.
didn't actually know that one, but
No,
it's
I'm kidding.
so
I'm
good.
kidding. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's, to me, it literally, when I was pregnant with her, I made sure I danced a lot. It was imperative to me to make sure she had a great sense of rhythm. And once she came out of the womb, I had Bob Marley playing in the delivery room because I wanted the first music that she heard in her actual ears to be the purest, most beautiful thing on the planet. So she had Bob Marley playing when she came out into this world. And
Wow,
this
that's
kid
interesting.
has been like taught great music. I swear to God, it was like a really important mission of mine to make sure this
I
kid
mean,
liked music.
that's one of the most important. Imagine if your fucking kid was listening to just pure fucking garbage, you know?
Garbage,
Yeah,
it would break my heart.
I know. That's one of those stuffs. And sometimes you can't control that, you know? Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
play
pure.
her really good music. I mean,
You
it's
know,
unfortunate that you don't own up to your kids because you have a lot that you could teach them, but
they can watch the podcast here. Now, I got a question. Oh, no, you know what? I had an epiphany about why we get so bent out of shape about shit that's not from our heyday or whatever.
okay,
If you have an interest in that.
I do. But we should wrap it up soon. It's 10 o'clock.
True. I'll just say, well, I
No,
don't know
I
how
didn't mean to
quick I
cut you
can
short.
say.
I just
No,
didn't. I just
yeah,
wanted to say,
no, I
yeah.
understand. Because this whole thing I said about the new rap music and being like, oh, when we was kids and the stuff that what's his name just said about,
Mhm.
it's not as good as our day, and I had a thought about because I see so many people get bent out of shape about, let's say, for instance, I don't want to get onto this subject. I'm just gonna bring it up to touch on it for a second. The thing about the pronouns, it get a lot of people bent out of shape.
Mhm.
Okay, and also the fucking trans shit, and
Mhm.
like women in sport, trans women in sports and all that kind of shit. And people ask my thing, whatever, and my take on it is like, this is not my battle, and this is not my music. This is for the new generation to
Yeah.
haggle about. This is their fights. This is their new understandings of the world or whatever.
Right.
And that's for them. Is that's the new music or whatever. If that's what's important to you about fucking pronoun or whatever, hey, have that fight out with these young conservatives or whatever. Not with
Sure.
me. I don't care.
I
Okay.
agree.
But I think the reason why, if I'm to figure out why we all bristle at new shit that's not like how we used to have it, is I figure it this way. When we're growing up, when we're little kids, we spent our whole life until adulthood trying to make sense of the fucking world, you know?
Hmm.
And the more you can make sense of the world, the more you feel like you can survive. It's like you're trying to figure out, how do I survive in this world, you know?
Hmm.
Then all of a sudden, when you feel like you finally became an adult and you're like, I know how to do this. I get it. Like I kind of understand how to make moves. Then as soon as that happened, the fucking game just starts changing. Like everything starts changing. Like people's wearing different shit. What music is cool is not cool anymore. All the stuff is switching. And then you're going, wait, now this person's gay and this is happening here and that person a pronoun. And now you don't understand it no more. And you're going, wait a second. I just got a hold of this shit. You can't now. That's not how it works. And I think it fuck with you own. It become existential. It become a threat to how you
Because you
survive
feel
in
like
the
you're
world.
losing control.
Yeah, because you have felt a way. Okay, if I can understand how the world works, I can be okay. And then
Sure.
all of a sudden, someone shake the
Throws you off your
board.
axis.
Someone
Yeah.
the chess pieces go like that,
Yeah.
and you go, whoa, wait a second, no. You can't call a he or she and the this and the that, but fuck that. And then that make people feel like it bothered them almost on an
Yeah.
existential fucking
I guess
level.
so.
You
Yeah, and it
understand?
just speaks to some people's adaptability or willingness to adapt and willingness to be able to, sort of stand and balance on a teetering ship. You know what I mean? And who gets
Yeah,
thrown
because
overboard and who can get their legs back. Yeah,
well, and I
yeah,
think that's where racism come in there. It's all fear. It's all wait a second. We didn't used to have these kind of people in this neighborhood. What's gonna happen now?
yeah,
Uh, the old pizza place is now a Jamaican restaurant, beef patty or whatever. Those Jamaican bumble house. That's not like how my mama used to. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And the
No, I hear you.
traditions and stuff that make us feel like we have a
Well,
hold of stuff.
people are praising you, saying your preach here speech that you're wise beyond your years, speaking big facts. So a lot of people are agreeing
Well,
with you.
thank you because Karen will never give me my flowers.
What?
Uh, yeah, so I feel
Tim wants
like,
to know who are the most underrated musicians. The most underrated musicians are Skin Flowers.
well, then Karyn Bryant must be one hell of a musician.
Grow,
I can't argue. Grow
grow
this
this
channel.
channel, Kenny Williams. Yes, I agree with you.
Listen,
Please, you guys hit that subscribe button. Like this is episode 34 of this show. We had Danny Roberts on Tuesday Night Festivities earlier on
AKA
Instagram.
what?
Hot. I will have that edited and up on here on YouTube tomorrow. But yeah, hit subscribe. Tracy Cortez, that super fine girl who is fighting on Saturday, was our guest last
Yeah,
week.
she almost
And
left fucking Cheese City over this
she did
fucking thing.
not almost leave T City, but T
Uh,
City popped in on the show.
We'll
Listen,
leave that up to the viewers to make up their mind
we've
by
had a
watching the
we
episode.
we've had literally some of the greatest hits. I was reading the hit list, our guest list off before, and even I'm like, holy crap! Like
Listen, all you have
it's
to say,
ridiculous
you know
how
what's
many
the one
quality people
thing?
we've had.
Here's the one thing you gotta say that trump all that fucking shit. We had Dana White.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
What other fucking shows do you tune into where Dana White pop in?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then this
I
is the
don't know any
time.
of them. What name the biggest shows out there of this kind, and name the what time you saw Dana White. Have he even been on the fucking Joe Hogan Experience?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a minute. Yeah, yeah, I
I
know.
never
So
seen
that
it.
was
I mean, where you see this guy getting interviewed except for on fucking post fight? I don't
it's
see
true.
it. But he
It's
know
true.
where you came. He know where his bread is butter.
It's true. And we were treated tonight by getting Danny because that's the one, thing that is a little tough. There are a lot of people that we would love to get on, but the time difference is different, right? Like we could get Alexander Gustafsson on sometimes, but the time difference is messed up. You know what I mean? Like when we had Gay Guard on, bless his heart, he got up in the middle of the night because that's my homie. But like it is tough to get some of the European fighters. That's why it was a treat to get Danny on tonight because he's in stateside for his fight on Saturday. So that was really cool. But yeah, we have a lot of really cool guests. 34 festivity shows, and then we do these after parties. It's all free, Hanato. We give the people a lot of entertainment.
Speaking of pronouns and stuff like that, you made a slip up there. You called them gay guard. I think it's called homosexual guard for her.
I'm pretty sure he's not homosexual.
No, his name, not him.
Oh, Cake.
We know he's not. He's have a lot of female that want, including you, and then also he have a girlfriend for him.
What
He
do
have
you
a
mean, including
fiance, God.
me?
You
Including
want
me.
you lick your chops every time you talk
He's
about that
one of
guy.
my best friends in the whole MMA world. Like
Yeah,
he is literally
he's
one of
your
my dearest
friend.
friends.
He's your best friend with benefit, God.
He has no benefits.
Well, he'll
He's had no benefits.
well, he could if he want that one. Yeah, you're not denying that. Um, just like your uncle Hanach. Oh God.
Hey, thank you, Cujo Mac. What happened was in Tuesday Night Festivities, day one, we got an OG right here.
I like
Thank
that
you for that.
Cujo. Cujo. Now that
Now
would
you
be a
have
good.
people calling him homosexual, guard.
That was you. I was confused. Wait. Now here's my question here.
Yeah. But
Now Cujo. I can't believe nobody came up. You have Pitbull. You have the Doberman. How come no one came up with Cujo? That'd be a great fucking nickname.
that is a good nickname.
But no one ever had that one. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I don't know what you thought of this one. And the only reason why I almost didn't include him in the fucking list, but
By the way, thank you. Justin loved our interview with Gegard.
he was one of my favorite guests of all time.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah. But uh the fucking nickname, I had never heard about this, and I was researching, and that fucking nickname, and now I don't know, the only thing against him is I never heard of him as a fighter, but the kid whose nickname is the Ginger with the intent to injure.
I put it on the
Listen,
bracket just
I
'cause
know, I
it's so
saw that.
funny.
I never heard of
I
this
don't know who it
kid.
is.
Yeah, me neither. That's the only problem that's gonna hurt him. That's gonna hurt him. But if Bruce Buffer ever get the chance to say that, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. The
Isn't it an older
Ginger.
guy though? Isn't it somebody else? Like
This is
you gave that one to me, so I don't know where you
I
got it.
looked at. I was looking at nicknames, of fighters, and that one almost. I almost passed out when I saw that one.
It's funny. Yeah, see, here's a good
So
one. You're right. Cheeto Vera. Cujo would be a good name for Cheeto.
yeah, that could work. But
Cheeto
probably
Cujo
is
Vera.
Cujo popular in Ecuador?
In Ecuador, though, that's the thing I don't
That
know.
might not. They might call him something else out there.
But yes, Kenny, there is apparently somebody with the nickname the Ginger with the intent to injure, and he is in our bracket.
Yeah.
Again,
Just look him up. I can't even remember his real name.
yes, this is the bracket that we will be
But I mean,
debating.
it goes with the thing I was saying about ballsy. Like the fucking balls on this kid to call himself that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Agreed. Agreed.
The Ginger, and you know what's one didn't made it onto the list, but I love is and I forget. I think his name was Eric Schaefer. He used to
the
call
Red.
himself. He used to, but before that, his name, and I guess we didn't put it on there because he changed it. But it used to be Havishing Head.
Oh, I thought he was just Eric the Red or whatever.
No, in earlier in his career, he was Havishing Head, and I told you one of my soft spot is a guy much like in the old days the WWF. It's a guy who look average at best, whose gimmick is how fucking fine he is. That is that's my Achilles heel. A guy who is like Ric Flair.
Right.
He's okay looking, but he'll have you to thinking that he's the most gorgeous thing since sliced bread. And I'm here for that. I love that more than anything. Adrian Adonis, that guy looked out of shape, and he looked like shit. But he was according to him, he was the most gorgeous fucking person on earth.
Right. So you're handsome Matt Wyman's, you appreciate
Yeah,
him.
I mean, handsome Matt Wyman is kind of good looking, but and he didn't go overboard. He said he was handsome. I'll give him that. But to say you're Havishing,
Right.
like Havishing Hick Hood was Havishing looking,
El
but
Guapo
fucking
is
Eric
good, too.
Schaefer was not exactly Havishing,
Not
and
ravishing.
that's why he get extra points as far as I'm concerned.
It is
That
funny.
guy
It
is
is funny.
Havishing.
All right. Well, listen, folks,
Unbelievable.
next week we will continue that nickname bracket. And so hopefully you can join us there. And, like I said, every Tuesday night we have a guest first over on Festivities. And then we come over here for the after party. And it's a lot of fun. Renato, let me show the thing where everybody can figure out where to find us, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hold on
You
a
might as
second.
well.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
And
on,
the
hold on, hold on,
fans
hold on.
spend all their money on that. All the donations go to this part
I
here.
know. On me making all these fancy graphics. So look at this.
Too much fancy stuff.
This is where everybody can find us, right?
I don't see a lot of
Um,
Henach on that one.
wait. Okay, so that's where they find the show. This is where they find
Oh,
me.
oh, wow, a
So
lot of you in
KB
the
Heat,
first.
Karen at Karyn Bryant on Twitter and at / Karyn Bryant on YouTube. And then you find
Oh, now we're
Hanacho,
charting. Oh, look
Hanacho
at that.
underscore
Simple.
Laranja
Look at that. Simple, iconic, huh?
on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah,
Clean.
there you
You
go.
know, not trying to hog up all the space, just there.
Yeah.
Like one of those nightclubs that just called like water or you know, one word that are your place is like Barney's Beanery. It's like all this shit.
Wow.
My
Wow.
place is
So mine
just
is
called
specific
like
in 3 different places.
excess. Huh?
But no, so the only difference, so there's KB Heat on Instagram, but it's Karyn Bryant on Twitter and Karyn Bryant on YouTube. So there's no real big difference.
Mine is like the movie Casino or Goodfellas. Yours is like what's that movie with John Travolta played John Gotti or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
You went oh.
Yeah.
Yours is wait, what's that shitty one?
It wasn't great. And
What's
I
that
like
movie
John
that
Travolta a lot. I
yours
actually
is
really
not
like John
Knockahound
Travolta.
guys. No, I like him a lot. Speaking of this is a different conversation. I think he's one of the most underrated actors in of
Great.
all time, simply because he became almost a Justin Bieber of acting because how famous he was on Lunchboxes.
Yeah.
He became a pop icon. He became like
Right.
something, and I think that got in the way of people forgot. If you watch those early movies,
So good.
he was fantastic in those fucking movies.
I was just talking about Urban Cowboy the other day.
Yeah, that even in Saturday Night Fever, even though that was like a pop explosion or whatever,
Saturday Night Fever is amazing.
he's sensational in that.
He's a
Uh,
superstar.
and
I
then
love
he was brilliant comedy. He was my favorite character on fucking
Cotter.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh my
He was
God.
fucking
Vinny
Vinny
Barbarino was
Barbarino. My
100% in that.
hair,
Vinny Barbarino.
yeah, Vinny Barbarino. My hair,
Vinny
my hair,
Barbarino.
yeah. You can't do
Oh,
that,
Mr. Cotter.
Mr. Kotter. You can't
Amazing.
do
Oh
that.
my God. Amazing. No, I'm a
Yeah,
huge fan. You're preaching to the choir here when it comes
I
to
mean
John
he's
Travolta.
fantastic. And then also that
Preaching to
movie
the choir.
Blowout.
Well, that's great.
He's fantastic in Blowout. I mean, a lot of people don't know, and people was dismissing him, and then they thought he only did his only good stuffs in like Pulp Fiction. Now, this guy, he know what he's doing. Now, have he made some turkeys? Yes. Do he
Yeah.
have a bad hairpiece weave? Yes. Is he
Yeah.
fucking
No,
on
well,
some
he
different
doesn't wear it anymore. He just
or whatever,
that's all he
or
does.
is he in some Scientology crazy shit? Whatever. Yes,
He
but
owns his baldness now. Like if you follow him on Instagram and stuff, like he
yeah.
just owns his baldness.
Okay,
But the
fair
craziest
enough.
thing before we wrap up, like literally the craziest thing, the UFC is going back to Singapore this year. Unfortunately, I don't get to go this year. But I went last time and I brought my mom with me. We went over because we'd gone to Singapore once before
This
years and
better
years
be
prior.
relevant to what we're talking about,
It is
Karayu.
years and years
Okay.
prior. So she came with me this time. We stayed an extra week. Yada yada yada. It's like we're gonna be leaving. We're in the lobby of the Mandarin Oriental, and we're gonna be
Oh,
leaving
Karayu, Oriano.
soon. I was like changing my shoes. We had been out for the day. I was like changing my shoes for my suitcase. I look up, and across just like about 10, 12 feet away is John Travolta. Now, I had interviewed
How
him
many years
before,
ago?
just last year or whatever, when the UFC was
Oh,
in Singapore. So 2019, when the UFC was
oh,
in Singapore.
caray.
So it's John Travolta, and I have interviewed him before for this other job that I
Ah,
had before, long before. And I did this
of
long
course.
interview with him. We danced together. We did this whole thing.
Oh,
Like,
of
he's
course you did.
awesome.
Everybody
Love
in
him.
the world.
So I'm looking at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and I'm just like, you know, yeah. So I walk over to him, and I'm like, hi. I go, this is like so random, but I actually have interviewed you before. And I said it was in like 19, blah, 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 blah. And then we figured out what movie it was probably around the time. And anyway, he was stopping in Singapore. He was on his way to do a Grease like tour. They were doing this Grease Live tour. He was like, he flies his own planes. Like Singapore was a stopover place for him on
Wow.
the way to Australia, I think it was maybe. So I'm like, hey, this is my mom. I should find this picture. And so I'm like, yeah. So I take this picture with John Travolta and my mom, and it's the most random thing, but he's so nice. And
Yeah, I would imagine that. I love I like I
he's
got
so
a soft
nice.
spot for
Oh, dude,
Travolta.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. When were we there? I think that was what, October of 2019. Was that was that it?
Yeah,
I
I
think
can't
that's it.
remember. I can't
Here,
remember
let me
when that
see.
UFC was.
I think it was October 2019. Okay, wait. So that's Sao Paulo. That was November. Russia was November.
I would
Hold
have
on.
liked
It
to meet
says, oh yeah, yeah,
Horshack.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Picture with John Travolta. Boom.
Oh God, are you?
Look
Look
at
at that
that.
one. Now, is that white hair or is that a
No,
bald,
that's what I'm saying. So he
gleaming
embraced
bald
it all.
head?
Look at that. Come on.
Wait, and
How
who the fuck is with you?
my
Who's the
mom?
other lady? That's your mom?
Yeah.
She looked like that?
Yes.
She looked like fucking Chamia.
Huh?
She looked like Chamia. You know that's the one that was married to Grant Hill. Your
I
mom
don't
look.
know.
She's
But let's
gorgeous.
that's us kicking it with John Travolta. Like, how cool is that?
Your mom looked like she should be your sister.
I know. I'm
She
gonna
still
age
looked
very
that.
well,
She still
Hanato.
looked. I'm shocked that she. I never seen a picture of your mom.
I know that's 2 years ago. That was only 2019, 3 years ago.
Caralho.
Back
Can
off.
you imagine how upset would you be if I married your mommy and you had to call me dad? How upsetting would that be? I almost want to do it just because it would be the greatest prank and the greatest awful thing for you of life, and
It,
I would be
it
happy. I would be happily ever after.
incredible. Well, thank you, D&D. Knowing why I don't age now. Yeah, no, my mom
Interesting.
looks great.
I
Yeah,
I'm speechless
I
almost.
know. Mom looks young as
I
hell. That's right.
I almost can't. I don't know how to have my head around that one.
That's right. Here's my nickname, Immaculate Genetics. Thank you, Dustin. You guys are too kind. No, my mom looks great. Please,
That's
please.
shocking.
And this is I'm all natural. The only thing fake about me is I do color my hair a little bit, but everything else about me is 100% natural.
Oh,
It's
God.
what my
Well,
mom and dad and the good Lord gave
every
me.
woman color her hair at some point or another.
Because mostly it's just boredom. And honestly, because my hair is dark when I'm on the set, if it's not lit really well, it just swallows all the light. It's literally really just kind of for TV.
I don't know. Hey, we don't. I first of all, I never think would consider whether you did it or not.
Yeah.
And it's good. I don't think anybody's concentrating on that part.
It's cool. It's cool. Hey, okay, so listen, Hanat, let's wrap it up. It is getting late. But again, we can here, let me do it this way too, because if I share it this way, it doesn't take up the whole screen unless I don't know. What did I do? I don't know. Hanato, I didn't have dinner yet. I'm pretty hungry.
Wow. You gotta call food service or whatever.
No. I'm gonna just make something here. I'm gonna just make my broccoli, my cheesy broccoli. But anyway, this is where people can find us. Um,
Mm.
and so yeah.
Us. I don't see it. That's not
This is
us.
to
That's
find
you.
festivities is on festivities on my Instagram and on YouTube. Then you find me at KBheat on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Karyn Bryant, Karyn Bryant, as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in
Mm.
peace. You can find Renato Laranja, Renato _Laranja.
Mm.
There you go. There you go. Look at that. Look at
Short and
that.
sweet.
Yep, it's nice. Okay, well, listen, I appreciate everybody joining us, and I hope everybody has a great week. These fights this weekend are going to be pretty awesome, so we'll be talking about that next week, and we'll have a new guest for you as well.
Wait, you just spoke into the mic and it sounded like NPH.
Oh, did it? All of a sudden, I was like, and that's about it for our show tonight,
Yeah.
folks.
And
Thanks for tuning in. See you next time on the After Party.
And we're gonna have a pledge drive, and you're gonna win a tote
Pledge
bag.
drive. We need a
Yeah,
pledge drive.
yeah. And you're
Oh
gonna get
my,
unlimited tote bag and jazz
tote bags
fucking
and
jazz
t-shirts.
CD. Yeah, Newport Jazz Fest. Um. Okay. Okay, everybody.
But yeah, we do appreciate you guys checking our stuff out, and yeah,
Yeah.
please do check out past episodes. We've got a lot of just really great fighters, and we have had some serious fun. There obviously are a lot of MMA shows out there, but I'd like to think, Renato,
None
that you
like
and I are
this.
doing something a little different.
Yeah, there's nothing like this. There's nothing on earth in the history. There's nothing. Yeah,
Well, you heard it, folks.
it's a one of a
Anyway,
kind.
thank you for
Okay.
joining us.
Thank you, everybody, and a special thank you out there to Karyn Bryant, she's mommy. Um, I'm sure she's watching. I trust that she's watching right now.
She is, yeah, she will be.
Yeah, I got on.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, everybody.
Okay. Ciao.
See you later. Bye.